my whole family have health problems. I have health problems. I'm deaf in one ear, which is a disability. Technically, not a real one, not a real disability. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the half-deaf are not getting the same treatment as the other disabled people. Right? There's no marches to Parliament House for the half-deaf. You know, people just like, what do we want? And I'm at the back like, what? You know, that's never... I want subtitles! Like, you know... No conspiracy theories, no one's like, oh mate, you know, deaf people control the subtitle industry, mate. Never done that. No radical deaf terrorists bombing JB Hi-Fi for selling surround sound, you know? That's just not... We're not one of those minorities. We don't really get the... Sometimes you get a funny one. Because I tell people I have hearing loss, and a lot of the time they're very condescending. Like I tell someone I have hearing loss, here's the first thing they do, they go, oh my God, that is so tough. You are so brave. And I'm like, oh my God. Speak up! Why are you whispering? You're a bigot! Sometimes you get a funny one. How's this? The other day, my girlfriend, the woman I love probably, the other day, she goes, David. She went, this is what she said, she's very funny. She goes, hey, I've just realised something. You're deaf in one ear. And I went, yeah. And she goes, I've just realised. That means that you are literally the guy who hasn't heard the half of it. Very funny. Part of the problem with hearing loss is you can't tell where sounds come from. Like, I don't know, apparently you guys can do this. This is like a superpower to me. If something drops in the back of the room, you can be like, oh, it's just down there to the left. I don't know, that doesn't happen for me. But the same way if you lose an eye, you lose depth perception. If you lose an ear, you lose friends. But also you lose the ability to tell where sounds come from. And it's limited my life. I've realised I would be the worst superhero. I could never be in a Marvel film, right? Because I can't tell where sounds come from. So if someone is being mugged and they're like, help! I'll hear that. But I don't know where it's coming from. So then I'll have to be like, help! And now there's just two tragedies, you know? It's not a real illness, is it? Half deaf. Half deaf. I've also got a little bit of anxiety. I see a therapist. Here's what my therapist said to me the other day. He said, mate, I think you have very low self-esteem, but I think you're also a narcissist. It's a very confusing mix, isn't it? Like, to put it in context, I'm pretty sure you guys all hate me, but only because I'm better than you, you know? Fuck it, I'm definitely better than the bloke from Brisbane anyway, so... Oh, he's gonna kill me. I don't know why I do these things. Yeah, I do have anxiety. I'm worried about climate change. I'm very worried about climate change. I'm actually on anti-anxiety medication at the moment, but I'm trying to get off of it because of climate change. Because I'm really worried that when climate change gets really bad in like 20, 30 years, the government are going to take over the pharmaceutical companies, and then they're going to like decide which medicines are important for people to have. And I just don't think that anti-anxiety medication is going to be high up on the list. So then I'm going to go through withdrawal during the apocalypse, and I'm really terrified. And I told my therapist all that, and he said, mate, that sounds like you need to go up a dose, to be honest.